Hello, Professor and class. I chose to discuss the Japanese surrender at the end of World War II. I chose the article from the New York Times dated August 15th, 1945. Now, World War II is one of the most devastating wars in the history of the United States, as most of you know. In the 4 years of the war, the United States lost more than 416,000 military members. Over 15 million individuals died in battle, and more than 45 million civilians. The complete total death count was around 75 million. So the end of the war was, embraced around the world. The war in the Pacific came to a technical end on August 15th when the Japanese Emperor Hirohito surrendered and President Harry Truman, announced it to the world. The official surrender did not come until September 2nd, 1945, when Japan's representatives attended a ceremony on the USS Missouri in the Tokyo Bay. There, General MacArthur accepted the surrender of the Japanese. What I love most about the ceremony is MacArthur's speech. MacArthur was becoming the interim ruler of Japan until the full negotiations could be completed. When MacArthur got up to give his speech on September 2nd, you can see how nervous the Japanese representatives were that day. They did not know what to expect. When they bombed Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 4 years earlier, they believed they could defeat the United States, and by destroying our Pacific Post, deal a giant blow to our military power and weaken the mind of the U.S. citizens. However, as history would show, it had the opposite effect, right? Just like 9/11, Americans banded together and pushed back in a combined effort of unity and strength. But going back to MacArthur, he stated two things in his speech: that the surrender of Japan and his responsibilities were justice and tolerance. After those words were said, you can literally see the Japanese representatives in the video breathe a sigh of relief. If you don't know anything about Douglas MacArthur, I would suggest you go back and pick up some books about this man. He was an amazing leader. He was awarded the Medal of Honor during the Philippine campaign. Him and his father are the only father-son duo to both be awarded with the Medal of Honor. He was a valedictorian at the West Texas Military Academy. He attended West Point and also graduated at the top of his class. He served in the occupation of Veracruz, where he was nominated for the Medal of Honor, served in World War I and was nominated for another Medal of Honor. He was also presided over the American Olympic Committee during the 1928 Summer Olympics. He actually retired in 1937, excuse me, but was asked to come back and serve during World War II. MacArthur was an amazing individual. Okay, back to the newspaper. In the newspaper, President Truman details what will happen over the following months. He thanks Americans for their service, and most importantly, he reduces the amount of individuals being drafted. So at this point, Germany has surrendered, right? Germany surrendered on May 7th, 7 days after Hitler committed suicide. So at this point of the war, the Japanese are fighting against the United States by themselves. President Truman finished his announcement in the newspaper by declaring holidays for the next 2 days for federal workers, thanking them for their service to their country. The article was written by Arthur Krock. It's very well done. The statement of facts, the embracing of emotions. I can only imagine how hard this article was to write, how emotional it must have been to see this war finally come to an end. That ends my video. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing your responses. Take care.